What's up YouTube? I have in hand these two pair of shoes, a pair of New Balance 997s as well as its cheaper sidekick, the 997Hs. In this video, I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison of these two shoes. We'll talk about the materials, the comfort, the pricing, and the sizing. And at the end of the video, I will give my overall thoughts on which is better of these two sneakers, and then do an on foot. So let's get into it. The 997s come in a smaller box with a replaceable lid, whereas the 997Hs come with a bigger box with an attached flip over lid. With both of these being 997s, they have many similarities, but also a number of differences. Let's talk about the similarities first. The silhouettes, as you can see, are very similar, and the shape of the uppers are just about identical. The placement of the overlays are also very similar. Both shoes have the classic N branding on both the medial and lateral sides of each shoe, and the size of the N is also just about identical in both pairs. Materials wise, they both have a very good and similar quality suede. You know the quality of the suede is pretty good when you can see the change in colors with the stroke of your fingers, and both models seem to have this. Moving down to the outsole, the traction patterns are exactly the same. Let's transition to some of the key differences between the two sneakers. Both shoes have toe boxes made of mesh, but the quality of mesh on the 997s feels much softer, more plush, and are a little more breathable compared to the 997Hs. The mesh on the 997Hs feel rough to the touch and don't have the flexibility or give like the softer mesh on the 997s. The angulation of the toe box are also slightly different. The 997Hs seem to have a slightly more aggressive angle inwards compared to the 997s. I'm going to discuss how this affects comfort of the forefoot at the end of the video. The tongues are made of different materials and have different branding on them. The tongue on the 997s have New Balance Made in USA stitched in, whereas the 997H's tongue is made of that same firmer mesh from the toe box with the tab attached and brand printed on. Both pairs came with these thicker flat laces, but the laces on the 997s have just a little more width than the 997H's laces. The inner lining of the 997s, as well as the surrounding padding around the ankle, feel a little softer and more plush to the touch than the 997H's. The biggest difference between these two models here though, are the technologies in the midsoles. The 997s utilizes New Balance's end-cap technology, which according to New Balance is made of a core of EVA in the midsole, encapsulated in tough polyurethane to provide more support and stability. The end cap midsole spans from the rear to the midfoot and then tapers off to a generic foam support in the forefoot. With the end cap midsole, this gives the back of the 997s a little more height compared to the 997Hs. The 997Hs, on the other hand, are sitting on a more firm midsole. I actually couldn't find any detailed information on this, but it seems that this is simply a very generic foam midsole. Some final comments I wanted to bring up is the overall construction of these shoes. The 997s are just overall much better put together. It has better mesh, better lining, and the overall construction just feels very premium in hand with no flaws. The 997Hs, on the other hand, definitely feel cheaper, and as you can see, my pair came with some random glue stains and loose threads. Let's talk about comfort. The 997s definitely feel better in hand and on feet. As mentioned, they have a softer mesh, more cushion padding around the ankle, and the end cap midsole definitely feels softer and more supported with each stride compared to the 997Hs. In terms of sizing, I went with a size 9.5, which is half a size down from my usual true to size of 10. Both the 997 and 997Hs fit similarly, which at least for me are a bit on the roomy end. So here are my overall final impressions. The 997s typically retail around $200 and up depending on the colorway, but I was fortunate enough to find these pink ones for about $120, which in my opinion is a huge steal for what it's worth. The 997Hs typically retail around $90, but I was also able to find these on sale for $50. 997s are actually quite hard to find on sale below $150 from what I've seen, but you definitely get some premium quality materials and comfort. The 997Hs, being cheaper, are obviously less comfortable, but they will still do the job with the classic silhouette, and you just can't go wrong with these. My overall opinion is that the 997Hs is definitely a great cheaper alternative. You get the look down, and with decent enough quality materials, and most importantly, without breaking the bank. If you really value better quality and want to take that comfort to the next level, then up your New Balance game with the actual 997s. I personally like the silhouette of the 997s a little better, but again, it's quite a negligible difference unless you look up close. Let's see how they both look on feet in comparison to one another. Found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe. I'll be posting more content on sneaker reviews, clothing reviews, and performance reviews. Let me know in the comments below if you have any thoughts on the New Balance 997 model, and also let me know if there's any other products or kicks you want me to review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.